Y'all remember when I did videos that weren't just anime and video games? That's crazy, right? Let's get back to that. Because, I can't think of anything else that specifically inspired me. But I remember that I've had some pretty crazy dreams. So let's do a video on that today. So, dreams are super weird, right? That's not just me. Because it's a series of things that you can kind of control based on what your brain has been focusing on throughout the day, with just a sprinkle of trauma and maybe some desires, baked freshly into a beautiful abomination pie that you have to just sit through from either a few minutes in Dream World or an hour in Dream World. So I think that most people can agree that dreams are generally pretty freaking weird. Now, I think my dreams are a little weirder than some other people's dreams. People will be like, oh, I had a dream where, I hung out with my crush, or I had a dream where I flew, or a dream where I drowned. And I'm like, yeah, those are pretty fudging crazy, but my dreams are a little more like Day 237 of the Femboy Wars. So far, the Tomboy army was able to stand its ground and even take back some territories, but I hear the leader is planning an all-out assault. Then it turns out my brother is in jail for insubordination, and the adult version of my crush from 7 years ago is secretly the main advisor to both factions, and I'm somehow just a simple foot soldier and yet also some type of omniscient narrator. So I don't even know what's going on there. But as you all probably assumed, this video is about dreams. A few dreams that I've had. And I'm going to go over a few of them right now. The first dream. This dream was quite a while ago, so I might get a few details wrong. But it took place in one of my many childhood homes. I was hanging out with my uncle, my brother, my mom, and then suddenly we find out there was a zombie apocalypse happening. Out of nowhere, we were chilling, talking, watching TV, bam, zombie apocalypse. And it wasn't oh, we just found out there's 1 or 2 zombies and now we gotta deal with it. No, it went from 0 to we boarded up all of our windows and zombies are still somehow getting through real quick. Now, at this point, it turned very, very Call of Duty zombies. We all had guns. Some of the guns were just Nerf guns, but they still worked like real guns. Some of them were alien guns. There was a mystery box in the center of the house. We had to keep boarding up windows as zombies got through. I had to pick my brother up because he got knocked down by a zombie that got in. It was extremely, extremely weird. Then at some point throughout the dream, my uncle comes to me. This is a different uncle. He's like, yo, guys, let's all head downstairs. We'll be safe downstairs. Makes sense in dream logic. We all start heading downstairs, and then I realize, yo, where's my mom? So I go to my first uncle. I'm like, yo, have you seen mom? And he's just like, nah, she's probably upstairs. Here, why don't you stay downstairs, and then I'll go upstairs and go look for her. And so he's like, I want you to be safe, so stay down here. I'm like, all right. He goes upstairs, goes looking for my mom. Then 5 minutes pass. And in that 5-minute span, my mom comes down. And I'm like, yo, where's my uncle? She's like, what are you talking about? Your uncle isn't even here. And I'm like, he just went up to go find you. And she's like, well, then he's probably up there. I don't know. And I'm like, what do you mean? Why are you being so casual? That's your brother. And for the rest of the dream, he just wasn't there. No one acknowledged him. No one asked where the heck he is. He was just kind of gone. And no one spoke about it or said anything about it. And that was just the rest of the dream. It was still a zombie apocalypse, but no one was really treating it like that. Sometimes people would be like, "Damn, I wish those zombies would stop making noise upstairs." Well, we were all just downstairs playing video games. So, a bit of a strange thing, but why did everyone just forget the fact that my uncle might be dead upstairs eaten by zombies? That dream, though, is not even the weirdest dream that I've had. Like, that's not even the craziest thing that I've ever had to deal with in terms of a dream. I'm about to get into a much weirder dream that happened recently. And I don't even have all the details, because to explain the details would be explained to you a lot of my personal life, and that's just, one, not something I want to do, and two, something that would take significantly longer. So, a little spoiler warning for this dream. There is a brief section where I use Ichigo from Bleach, but I use one of his transformed states because it makes more sense in the dream. That's just a spoiler warning in case you care about a spoiler of just what Ichigo looks like later on in the anime. If you haven't seen it, I guess you can skip to like this timestamp, but it is brief. It's not a very long section. But let's hop into it. So right off the bat, I'm with my best friend, and we are in this house, and he's freaking out. He's extremely stressed. You can see it on his face, and that's extremely abnormal for my friend. It's hard to get him to be visibly stressed out. But the reason that he's stressed out is because today is his dad's wedding, and we're late. We're late for the ceremony. So we hop in my car, we drive all the way over there just to find out that his dad is also freaking out because he's also late for the wedding. So we see him, and by the way, he's in a wedding dress, but it's a wedding dress themed after Ichigo's Bankai costume from Bleach. Except that it's like white and it has bandages. But it's so fudging cool, and I would love to see someone in that dress in real life. But he looks over and he's freaking out because he's also late, but he's not finished getting ready. So he runs to the bathroom. My friend runs with him, so they can start getting dressed. And I decide to, walk in, and I'm going to follow them, maybe see if there's some way I can help out. As I'm walking in, I get bumped. I accidentally bump into this guy, this extremely, extremely fat gentleman sitting on a couch. And for some reason, my dream reflexes make me just reflexively push him away from me. Now, I don't do that in real life, or at least I haven't done that in real life. But for some reason, that's what I did in the dream. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But he didn't take that for an answer. He immediately grabs my arm and starts yelling at me and calling me names. So I ball up one of my fists. Looking back on the dream, it was some Gon using Jaja Ken balled up fist. And he looks at it and he's like, oh, so that's how you want to do this. So I'm like, no, not really. And I turn around planning to go help my friend and his dad. But as I'm turning around, I hear this noise behind me, and it's him trying to get up. But when he gets up, he kind of falls off the couch. He slowly rolls off of the couch and then gets up, which is so weird because one, I don't know anyone who's that fat, and two, this is a dream. He should be able to just stand up with no problems. He isn't actually fat. And he's not even he's a real person I know in real life or anything. But he kind of rolls off the couch and then stands up. So I turn around, and once I turn around, I have a blunderbuss in my face, which is a type of sawed-off shotgun that is way too powerful and very illegal, pointed right in my face. So I'm like, are you serious right now? this is a wedding. I look at him, I'm like, this is a wedding. What are you doing? And so he looks at me back. He's like, you know what? You're right. You're not even worth my time. So his friend, who's also sitting on the couch, gets up. And he immediately goes to throw a punch at me. Now, being a dream version of myself, I catch it and I grab him by his collar and I yank him towards this second bathroom that's in this house. And I like slam him against the wall and I'm like, listen, I don't care if you want to beat me up. I don't care if you hate me. I don't care what the problem is. But this is one, my best friend's dad's wedding. And two, my best friend is already stressed out. So if you're going to ruin this for his dad or you're going to ruin it for him, I will personally have to kill you. I will personally have to end your life. And at that point, the dream kind of ended. But it was, at that point, like, I was down. I wanted to see what was going to happen. But, you know, work, alarm clocks, they're irritating. Also, there was this other point in this dream where, like, there was this sitcom section where once his dad realized that he was late, it switched over camera views to where his mom was at in a completely different house. And she's, like, also in the middle of getting dressed. And she's like, oh my god, I'm late. And there was, like, stock audio laughter. And I'm like, what is happening? What kind of dream is this? I knew it was a dream from the beginning, but I also couldn't stop myself from feeling genuinely invested because I'm like, that's my best friend. Like, I can't have him be upset. So I just thought that was a weird ass dream. There was going to be more dreams in this video, but I already know that just these two dreams are going to be a pain to edit because I am going all in on editing this video. So I'm just going to end it here. Hopefully no parts of it are lazily edited because sometimes that happens when I have to edit a lot. My brain will just be like, but what if you just didn't edit this section? So hopefully that doesn't happen, but if it does, I just want you guys to know I love you. If you want to see some more dream-related videos, tell me in the comments. And I hope you guys have a beautiful day.